Welcome back to the FM LLaMa, the Football Manager 2020 save, where we've loaded up Germany and all of the nations that share a land border with her down to their lowest playable division, and we are in the midst of a season with Sporting Club Toulon. Last episode, things were ticking along rather nicely, but they are not anymore. We've suffered a spate of injuries, suspensions left, right and centre. We're on a poor run of form. There's infighting amongst the squad. Finances are in meltdown. We find ourselves in fourth place in the table, and today we're taking on the team in fifth, and a defeat in today's fixture really could confine us to another season in the third tier of French football. So for those that are new to the channel, here is the table. We find ourselves in the French third tier and fourth place in the league. At the end of the last episode, we'd just beaten one of our promotion rivals and we were looking good for one of those automatic spots. A lot has changed since then. We now find ourselves 8 points behind Béziers, who are at the summit of the table, and 7 points behind Rodez, who fill that second automatic spot. And this is the run of form we have been on. So since beating La Rivière 1-0, we've progressed in the French Cup by beating Chamelier 3-0, Mendes Husek and a young player called Eden Shabuabua, but we've since bowed out of that competition, losing a penalty shootout to Troyes, who were in the division above us, and we played well but lost potentially 7-6 on penalties, I think. In the league, we followed up the La Rivière result with a win over Lusitanos 3-0. Husek on the score sheet and Jackson Mendes with a brace. But then we lost 2-1 to Béziers. The Moose got us underway with a 5th minute goal, but they scored a 92nd minute winner to defeat us. Then we followed that up with a 1-0 defeat to Pau. We had an early sending off by Gilles Vogu, and then they scored in the 25th minute to win. So we were looking at a third straight defeat on the bounce. And then we went into the Martigues game, and who do you need when form is looking bad? The man, the moose, the legend, Peter Moose, a hat-trick in the first half. Eli Wahi just after the break for a 4-0 win, and it looked like we'd turned the corner, and then we played Tours, who again profited from us having yet another red card, leading to another suspension for today's game, leaving us without a right back. But they were already a goal up by the time Ziba had been sent off, and we were poor. So having thought we'd broken the back of our bad run of form by beating Martigues, we then followed it up with another defeat, taking us into today's game against 5th place Laval, and then another fixture against Paris, who find themselves in 6th. And then we've got Rodez on the horizon as well, who are up in 2nd. So we've got some tough games coming, and the squad is starting to look a little bit thin. We're in the transfer window, though we've just been in the midst of a failed board takeover, so we couldn't even bring anybody, even on loan, to bolster the squad. Finances are looking horrendous. This club absolutely just cannot afford to sustain a £16,000 per week wage budget. But we've tried to ship players out and nobody is buying, so we really are looking like we're stuck with our finances in a mess until the summer, when we might be able to do something about it. So Ziba's suspension following his sending off in the last game and an injury to our other right back, Baptiste Echevarria, means that we are without a right back for today's game. The only player we have in the squad that can play there is Mohamed Said, but he's 16 years old, and for a fullback, those attribute ratings send a shudder down the spine. So we're going to play Reggie Perrin at right back for today, and that means that we are going to bring in a very rusty and unfit Mohamed Sanoun to play centre back. This game is crucial. I think if we're to have a hope of getting one of the automatic spots out of this division at the end of the season, we need to pick up a win today. A defeat, I think, means that we're going to be looking at that playoff spot at best. So what do we need for a team talk then? Let's raise our game to their level. That's got absolutely no response elicited from the boys whatsoever, but we are underway. So we've been controlling possession in the games that we've been playing. We've been playing okay in some of the games, but we have looked toothless apart from that 4-0 win against Martigues. So we need the boys to get firing again today. We need the Moose back on target. We need Zilovogu to play considerably better than he has. And we need to get through 90 minutes without getting a player sent off as well. So here come Laval on an early attack. Thought this was going to be our highlight, but they are the ones attacking us. They've swung one in, and that's an early chance. My goodness, we don't look anywhere near as vulnerable in the air as we did when we were managing Shrubbery. But we still have defensive frailties, and we have been blunt in attack in some of our previous fixtures. So we need to get back to winning ways today. This is looking like a pretty cagey affair. Neither team's got a shot on target yet. The Moose springs. Oh, Zilovogu! Oh, Morgan is motoring once again. My goodness, we needed that goal. That young man has not played well in the last few fixtures, but the Moose slings in a free kick. God, he rises like a bear awakening from hibernation, and he does the funky chicken as he runs off as well. My goodness, have Sporting Club Toulon needed a goal as badly as that this season? I don't recall a time when a goal was so important to us. Just before the break as well. Let's see if we can get some green on the screen. Happy with it? Well, that's often a recipe for conceding straight after the restart, but we're going to go with it. We're going to try and boost the confidence. Jackson Mendes is having a terrible game today, I think actually we're going to make a change there. Let's get Ali Wahi onto the pitch instead. Aaron Nat's not playing well either. Reggie Perrin's having a better game at fullback than Monsecure. So some of our players are really suffering a dip in form at the moment, right at the biggest stage of the season, heading towards the 20 game mark. Okay, we're hitting the 75-minute mark. Let's just see how this highlight pans out before we potentially make another change. Okay, thank goodness that has gone wide. Let's pause the game then. What do we want to look at doing then? I think we're going to take Aranat off and we're going to bring on Cormet. Otherwise, the bench is a little bit devoid of much that we can do. I think we're going to hit the 85-minute mark and then lower our mentality as well, because we need to cling on to this. We're going to throw a bit of time wasting on as well. Okay, we've got a corner. Zilovogu's on it. Where's Husek? Oh, no, absolutely nowhere. That is straight into the mitts of their keeper. Let's hope we can win an aerial duel here and they're not going to launch an attack on us. There's Reggie Perrin up there, but they've won the second ball and they've overlapped his volley. Oh, Sahun gets it away. Come on, Wahi, close them down. Oh, they're coming back at us again. Not really getting the challenges in closing down. That's good, and that's way too easy. Thank goodness that was offside. Cyril Klimov, a player we actually looked to bring in on loan. So what are we? We're into injury time. Let's try and batten down the hatches a little bit, shall we? Let's get these as fullbacks. I think Reg will be a little bit more comfortable playing that. And let's see if we can just nurse this through to full time. God, a 1-0 win is a welcome result given the run of form that we have been on. A very nice victory, boys. Well done. Does that get us back into a promotion push? 7 points behind Rodez, but we now leap La Herbière into that play-off position. That at least gives us something to target now. We've got Paris up in our next game. They've just dropped points against 11th place Concarneau. So if we could beat them, we're relying on Rodez kind of dropping some points themselves, but we know that we've got them coming up in one of our forthcoming fixtures. So, maybe if we come back for the Rodez game, if we could win our next 2 games, that makes that Rodez game a promotion 6-pointer. Thanks to everybody that's already subscribed to the channel, everybody that's liking the videos and leaving those comments down below. It makes a massive difference to people being able to find the channel. Thanks so much for your support, and we will see you soon for some more border adventures.